So last week, demos from Mark. It was the content tree. Demo from Mike. What was it? It was AI profile or something. So
Source management?
Source, no source, yes, source like
AI data source management.
call it source management.
Yeah, it was data source management and adding multiple sources to the AI for your data, your own data.
And so today, zoom again. We have demos. Or we have topics like harvest. What is harvest?
Yeah, no really big news about harvest. I'm just here to mention it again. You can still apply to be a speaker, and also if you don't want to be a speaker but you know someone that would be a really great speaker for our event, we would really appreciate any recommendation as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you.
Status. This time, maybe not so much. So 520 here. Done. And then fix typo. Another one. Specify this one. Attributes. Okay. Typos. Fix table format. Okay. Add missing curly braces and change syntax. Some more. Interesting. Maybe an idea would be to have some markdown validation in the CI, in the PR, and detect blocks and make the type of code matter in the block, and then validate the thing. We could do that.
There's actually a tool called Markdown Lint, something like that.
And I'm mentioning that because that's what we have in Inspire, and sometimes it's pissing me off. Like, crap. So let's take a PR. Oh, beautiful PR. We'll create this PR. And then there is the thing we mentioned, markdown links. And that will do that. That will verify that you have the correct content type on the blocks, and there is nothing to see here, but when it fails, it tells you like, nope, try again. Update Elastic Docker images to behind. So renovate updating Docker Elasticsearch image to B9, which is the latest table. And layer fix Elasticsearch indexing InvalidOperationException index. Now I am moving like that.
Yeah, just fixing a little issue in the previews.
And it has nothing to do with the B9.
Nothing to do with the what? Sorry.
version 9 of Elasticsearch?
Oh,
No.
I think it's related to some of your changes, Mike. So this used to work before, but it's a small thing.
Yeah, just prevent and all exception.
Okay. Yeah, the
I've,
two of
I've
them
changed it
needs to-
again. We really do, here we don't really need to do JSON for accessing that meta from JSON. We could directly access it from the mapping, but that's something I'm working on, so you don't have to worry about.
Okay. Default value is correct phasing. Sure, it's just stylistic. It's not technical. That will have worked still, but better. Ensure that no callbacks are added to the ShellScope during termination. Someone was seeing random issues, and then George decided to make the code nicer by using flags instead of booleans, and also adding a custom state to be sure, or event, whatever, to detect when we do things incorrectly. We talked about it on Thursday. I don't remember exactly the thing, but yeah, there's a case where you could dispose a scope, services, service provider, and while adding some other thing inside, boom, another code will check that. George knows better. Also because of the document store.
Yes, this was recursively resolving a session in from another scope, and then it adds to the shell scope during termination, and this was failing. So it occurs mostly when you use SignalR.
Oh, that was Signal. Okay. Yeah, don't use Signal.
Yeah, but this,
don't you?
yeah, it's not the cause, but it showed the error here.
Stream was disposed before stream, and yeah, this one was a long PR because bad design from the beginning, and we are paying for that. So the trick is that when you use media, there is an event called media creating event handler that you can implement to change media files that are uploaded on the fly. And the way we were doing that, there were some streams that were disposed and should not be disposed. And probably the opposite too. So now there is a change in how it's done, so there is no more issue. It's quite simple actually. I just feel like, what did I miss? My recommendation was even to remove these events.
Yeah, this just fixes an issue with the current implementation without changing any of the design.
I feel like this is exactly what we suggested at the beginning. Right?
Yeah, I wanted more, but you were right, and this is just a simple fix.
Okay. Then Revert, this one, which was there. So last week we talked about this thing here, which is updating the client libraries for Elasticsearch, because there's a new version of the client library, which works with the new version of the Docker image, which has been updated here. Here. The issue is that this new version of the client doesn't work with your client by default, and not only by default but by design. So the creator of the library said, don't upgrade to the new client if you don't use the new APIs. Just keep the old client, which works with the new v9 server version. And this way we won't have to do some weird manipulations of the failures to force the new client to use the old API calls and work with the old version. And when we decide to just be compatible with v9, then we can update the client or to use new APIs from the new client. The actually best option for suggested was to create two modules, one that works with v8 and use the v8 client, and one that works with v9 and use the v9 client. And this is something that maybe you don't care, but this is something that is also in a style. When we try to target new dependencies that have breaking changes, we have to ship two packages. But some people want the old version, and some people want the new version. And for some time we need to ship two packages. So that's why also I suggested that. But that's harder in Orchard because we have a meta package that references everything. So we can't reference two versions of the client. So we will have to exclude Elasticsearch, and people will have to opt in this package. It's kind of sad. But yeah, ideally we could have two modules, one for v8, one for v9, because they are breaking change need.
I am working on upgrading a lot of the search, as we talked about last week. I think with the new changes, will be easier just to register new dependencies that depends on v9 or v8 or something like that. But I don't it's not something I want to add right now or care about.
What Mike talking about is to abstract some things that are both in the Lucene package and in the Elasticsearch package. So have a central thing, put them in indexing, and what can be abstracted, make them in abstractions and have custom implementations in Elasticsearch and Lucene. Because we saw some things that had to be duplicated in both packages, and that was bad. Because it will be harder later to do migrations for some new features.
Can't we have a similar provider-based approach than what we have for emails and SMS providers and things like that? So you could select whether you want to use the v9 or v8 APIs. Because I would imagine that if you like to migrate from a v8 server to a v9, you don't want to redo all your queries and whatnot. You like to just switch over if possible.
Yeah, with the setup that I'm introducing, you'll be able to do such a thing. But right now you can't.
Yeah, this was about having that in the future, but awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Here from Kevin, use TempData to determine whether the user should be redirected to the login endpoint. An ID feature. Oh boy. Even sometime provider. Well, someone pull a PR, so we trust Kevin first and then the approver. Was there an issue for that? 17 and No reviews. I assume then we can merge without a problem.
Well, we can, but we shouldn't.
So maybe everyone assumes someone had a review. That's what I just did. So select account cannot be moved to clear. No idea what it. We trust Kevin because he's the best. Supporting max age. Okay, prompt logging max age, then things with supporting that. And values logging. Okay, that's what it was doing before, and now it's saying that or max age 0. Or it's not 0, and then whatever computation on the max age is correct. And using TempData to pass that flag. Okay. This kind of change is dangerous. But I won't say more, but the people in Chile will understand what I mean. George, Mike, Antoine, they tell me that when I say some stupid thing like this, you understand what I mean.
But we had a PR like that, and we closed it
Okay.
a while ago. I mean, I expect it not to come back, but I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, that and update dependency minor version passes the test automatically affected. So we still have a PI things using the version number 4. And then Elasticsearch, go to update 901. Brand new, so bugs have been discovered and fixed, and this will happen for zero assumption. Good, that is all the updates. Nobody suggested demos? No AI today.
I think one of my colleagues will have.
Oh, we have someone. Bye.
I want to talk about the survey, but it's not a demo.
Survey. Zoltan, is that your survey?
Yeah. I want to kind of
Yes.
hear any thoughts or feedback if anyone have, and try to finalize it. But it's not a demo; it's a survey. Yeah.
What is the survey? Where is that? What did I miss?
So we are trying to do the UX review like a few weeks ago. So the first pass is like we are trying to kind of understanding and discovering like the situation, like that is the first pass. So I creating a survey to kind of collecting like to do the research, I would say. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Zoltan, share the link. Thank you, Zoltan.
Let me copy a link and share with it.
So this is a discussion about the survey.
Yes,
So
that is the discussion about the survey. Yes, and then we are talking about to finalize and also talking about it like today. And here's the one for the link. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't here. I will paste it in the notes.
Sorry, maybe I showed the wrong way. Oh, I copied the wrong link. Sorry.
Okay.
I copied the response order. Okay, so the second link. Try the second link on the chat, in the chat. Maybe you want to use the view section, preview section on the tab. Yeah. There's an I on the right on the.
That's the thing.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm breaking down into basically it's 3 sections, but because the final section is the final words, if people have something to say, and also if they're interested to having a follow-up interview and something else. So typically it's breaking down with 3 sections. The first section is the background information. The second one is specific for the admission experience. And the third one is for the a community identify and also the future vision of the thing. Yeah.
So Laren is already trained to fill in the form, but you can't Laren. Okay. You can't. It's just preview right now. I'm sure you are trained to do that.
Okay, I'll wait for you to be able to do it.
No, I know you like these initiatives, so. Technical tasks.
Yeah, but I still think that we shouldn't have open-ended questions for things where it's an exact interval or where it would help to have exact answers. Like, yeah, how comfortable are you? How long have you been using Orchid Core? The possible answers can just span the whole result set.
I can take out some then, but there's some of the open. I still want to keep a certain area have open-ended if other people have something to say. Yeah.
What do you mean open-ended? Like other?
Yeah, that we usually call other sections called open-ended, which means maybe there are something we don't know about. So typically I will kind of leave like that, but yes, it's sometimes it will be a hard in some cases, but usually that is for something for people to kind of writing down if there's something we didn't thinking about. Yeah.
Why not then force an answer, but put comments, like if you have any comments to add?
Oh, because that is the Google Form setting. That is we cannot add any text in that. Yeah, that is it's Google Form and yeah.
Well,
so
you can have another section.
Yeah, you cannot do anything with that. That is. Yeah.
You could have a forced answer and then another block with just comments, like anything special you want to say, and people. Yeah, because if they don't know if they are comfortable or not, I mean, nobody can answer for them. Like, do you like speech? I don't know. Okay. That's okay. I really don't know because they were tasting pitch, but yeah, here.
Okay, so I will. How about this? I will take out that one and add one more open end, a following open end question below. And think
I
it
don't know
will work.
if this is the right thing. I'm just suggesting technical solution to whatever Zoltan said and whatever you said. That's just
Both ways fine.
all that apply. You can't select everything because it says I've never used Orchard and then you have used Orchard. So interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is just
Yeah, this is
grouping
just
the population.
Yeah, this is just like a background kind of thing. But if you go to the next page, the next section, scrolling down,
And then
to the next.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the automation kind of thing. So this area, I would say is the important area. Yeah, it is like around, I think it's 8 or 9 question about this one. Yeah.
See, that's what you're doing here now. Can you share a bit about what influence your rating above? So yeah. Again, I want to achieve other make sense here or not because there is.
No worry.
Oh boy. Okay, so each thing here is like from bad. Where is the it's good?
Yeah.
Where is the good? Like it's just like bad. You have to. Where is the? It's like confusing, time consuming, inefficient. I voted. I don't use. And like. Which type of friction?
If like not applicable, then just leave it black. The reason is like I'm trying to kind of catching up if any 6 area like across like all the features or all the area have something kind of like people have most like a problem like pinpoint with and need to look into with it. But if there's everything's fine, then it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I would still suggest to have a. I just provide my personal opinion here. Zoltan, sorry, I haven't designed that, but like I would like to be able to say, no, it's good, don't touch it.
I actually want to kind of add one more, but I'm worried about it's too much, so that's why I put it on the top. But I can add like one more line in here is like not applicable, like it's good, or maybe you can put the all good like area in the right side.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we need to change things just for the sake of it. So yes, if people are happy with something, we should just make it possible for them to let us know.
It's just not obvious that not checking anything means I have no thing to say about against it. That's my. How often to use the following Orchard core admin features? Okay, never. Okay, that is good. Click, boom, boom. I can have multiple things here. Okay. How would you rate? Okay. Very inefficient, efficient. Okay. Yeah, actually, these numbers here correlate what I say about these things. So if these are the same things, then they can still say, no, it's fine. It's kind of redundant. We thing. Which of the following improvements will have the biggest impact? It's already fast. Why do we need to change that? Okay. Cool. Yeah, and because it's multi-select, then they could add more things here. Good. Oh, but there is also this one. So why other? Next. Community.
So yeah, so in the final one, because there are some people like Larry, talking about the future kind of thing. So I kind of including into like a leak section a little bit. So for example, like if you kind of scrolling down a little bit, it's kind of talking about like other like a possible feature in the future, and also what other kind of CMS like a platform people have been using, and if so, like something like that. And if there's any other kind of area we can inspire from other kind of CMS platform or something. So it's more relative with that. Yeah.
Mark will say Kentico. Kentico. What is Kentico? Kentico. That's Mark answering. Kentico is the best. Cool. Oh, I want to go back to the top. I want to read what it was. What do you think? It's also core valuable or unit. Okay. Mike, there is no like AI integration in the list. That's not. Sorry.
Oh, I write the AI one in the
What?
in the button,
Here.
like a modern CMS training. Yeah.
So Mike is happy. Final words for the interview. You.
Just
But-
curious, are we gonna send this to like a whole lot of people and hope that someone will actually fill it?
Yes,
Yeah.
you will.
Is that the idea?
Yeah. Yes,
have to,
the
Mike.
idea is. Yeah, the idea is trying to reach out people and see if people who are willing to fill out. Yeah.
Dude, Lauren will feed for you. He will interview you and ask you the questions and fill it up if you don't want to fill the form.
Mike, did you have any concerns? You think folks will spend time to do this?
Nope.
Well, I think so. Some people will. I mean, it will be an issue. People who want to give feedback, they will have a way to give feedback. So if they don't want to give feedback, they don't care for sure. But we can't force people to give feedback. Well, we could force, but we don't want to force people to give feedback. So I believe some people want to provide feedback.
Well, I think the people that are involved, they will, but that's about it.
Look at the V3 discussion. Like, what do you want to see in V3? Lots of people reacted and said what they wanted, right? I think this will be the same
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah, I agree. If it's a simplified form, but 4
Let's see.
pages questionnaire. Yeah. Well,
Let's
I
ask,
hope
ask
I'm
for
wrong, but-
everything, and then if it's too much, then can always do another one which is much simpler. So you get all the things that you can get from them. You squeeze them.
Yeah. I think let's see where this form gets us to, and then we'll just recalibrate after maybe a few weeks or a few months.
Okay. So what are the next steps? We're done.
I will adjust like some of the other section, and after that, I think it will finalize it with it, unless there's any other part like or people want to add like I don't know, more question or something like that. Hopefully, I cover like most of the like the area thing, and then after that, I think I will update I will adjust the title as the final kind of like a final section, and I will update that into the GitHub, and I think we can start to share with it and to see how people to feeling with it. But I wonder like where I can put that, or can anyone help to put that or something?
Well, please open a discussion about it, or actually you can just follow up in the existing discussion about this.
You mean in the GitHub
Yeah.
task, like a rather than discussion? There's a difference.
I'm talking about the GitHub discussion, under the GitHub discussion board.
Okay.
Yeah, just an
Mhm.
yeah. So by when do you think can people start filling out the forms? When do you think will be available for answering?
After today's meeting, I will quickly adjusting like some of the question, and that's all. And I will update in the GitHub. Also start in the GitHub discussion, and after that, people can start to fill in. I think it will be after the meeting today, and give me like a maybe 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And also please try to remove anything that might not be necessary so we can make it shorter. Shorter is always good for surveys.
So what I will do is like I will make the selection part to be required, but all the open-ended question to be like optional, so people can decide if they want to answer them or not answer them. So yeah, because I actually try to considering it. I already taking down like I think 5 more questions and try to combine some of the most important part. And I still feel like this kind of information may be helpful for the future discussion if people like when consider about some kind of thing. Yeah. But I will put, for example, I will put like the open-ended question as optional, and only the selection one to be required. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other topics, discussions, subjects? Yeah, 17, good. Inspection here. That will be 3 hours. Okay. All good? Thanks, everyone. See you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.